Hello, back to bottom. My name is Beast, and today we're back with this here Hoshizora no Memoria. Is there anything I wanted to mention? I feel like there was something I wanted to mention. I don't remember. Anyways. Oh, yeah, I don't know why, but I decided to start playing Ghost Trick now. Which is a problem, because I haven't even finished Elden Ring yet. These things keep happening. I actually need to figure out what I'm gonna stream on Friday and on Saturday and Sunday. That's gonna be interesting. Anyways, good morning, also.
Yo-chan, 今朝も早いんだね。
That's just how badly I miss you. Upon telling her the exact same line I told Mare last night, Also's face lights up bright red in an instant. So yeah, there's something I'd like to ask you. And then she goes into dog mode. Do you know about Ibarigazuki's Space Science Center? Also tilts her head questioningly. That is one of the leads I received via Chinami last night. Here in Ibarigazuki, they have a science center that's home to both a planetarium and an observatory, and also does community events like stargazing sessions at night. The name of the building is the Ibarigazuki Space Science Center. Chinami told me that I always used to frequent it in the past.
宇宙科学館か。懐かしいな。
I figured you would have been there before.
天文ファンとしては当然でしょう。
So Aoi was almost positively an astronomy fan as well. Right now she isn't frequenting it anymore and instead is choosing to stargaze on the school's rooftop. I think also it can tell me where the Space Science Center is located and drop by there later. I'm sure I'll find a hint that'll help me fulfill Aoi's...
今はもうなくなっちゃって寂しいんだけどね。
Also, his words urge my thought process to a halt. Wait, could you repeat that?
だから今はもう科学館が閉館になってるから寂しいなって。
That close it down?
そっか。ようちゃんその頃はもう引っ越しちゃってたから知らないんだ。
I didn't even know that Space Science Center existed before moving away anyways. Seriously closed it down?
そうだよ。4年くらい前かな。プラネタリウムの最終公演は見に行ったけど感動的だったよ。
I clutched my head between my hands, which means that the reason I always stopped frequenting. Which means that is the reason I always stopped frequenting it, huh? Now that I think about it, if a place like that existed, I suppose also and the others would also rather go there than playing cards in the club room. Have they torn down the building already?
建物は残ってるみたいだよ。中は誰もいないと思うけど。
So going there would be a vain endeavor, it seems. But why did they close the place down in the first place?
大人の事情じゃないかな。採算取れなくなったとか。今時の子供は星空よりもゲームだからな。
Here I finally got myself a lead, and now that lead is already about to fall right down the gutter. Say also, would you mind telling me what you know about Science Center? Anything at all helps.
ようちゃん、何かあったの？
Well, like apparently Aoi used to go to the place a ton in the past, which is why I'm curious.
勧誘に関係ある？
Yep.
私も手伝った方がいい？
Yeah, you'd be a great help. A brimming smile blooms on her face.
科学館のこと調べたいなら岡泉先輩に聞いた方がいいかな。先輩の方が私より詳しいし。なんだって科学館の天文クラブにも入ってたって言ってたからね。
宇宙科学館か。懐かしいな。
Thus, having waited for the end of the school day to come, I go and catch Okaizumi at the club room.
閉館するという話を聞いたとき、僕の瞳には視聴生が映ったんだ。 そこから先の記憶はおぼろげだけど、きっと最終公演日には惜しみない拍手と花束を送ったに違いないんだよ。
The only thing I could really picture this guy doing was shouting out protest chants.
岡泉先輩、天文クラブに所属してたんですよね。科学館が閉館した理由は聞いていませんか？
With regards to the facts and situation surrounding the now gone. With regards to the facts situation regarding the now gone science center, Baldasso and Cosme, who I explained the situation, told me that they'd be helping out as well. All for the purpose of having Ellie join our circle. Our Astro Circle could live on.
閉館した理由は聞いてないよ。僕も寝耳に水だったくらいだからね。噂では館長が辞職したことに関係があったらしいけど、そう考えると人材不足が理由かもしれないね。館長はとても人望があったそうで、仕事を辞めるにあたって職員たちも科学館から離れたのかもしれない。
Do you know who that director was?
僕は知らないかな。天文学の分野では名前の知れた方だったそうだけど、当時の僕は学問よりもロマンチックな星座の神話に夢中な年頃だったものでね。
先輩が所属していた天文クラブでは神話のお勉強をしていたんですか？
そうだね。神話をなぞりながら天体観測をしていたよ。メンバーの大半が子供だったし、妥当なところだろうね。
いいなあ、私も天文クラブ入りたかった。
I would
お
you.
父さんに猛反対されちゃって、子供に理解がない親はダメだよね。
The way I see him, he's quite the understanding parent, actually.
それでなぜこんなことを聞くんだい？
See, actually, there's a student we want to have join the circle, and that girl used to frequent the science center, apparently. She's a first year named Aoi Isuzu.
青いいすず？
Okaizumi widened his eyes in surprise.
あれ、知ってるんですか？
天文クラブの仲間で同姓同名の子がいたよ。珍しい名前だと思っていたけど、案外多いんだな。
Are you sure it's not just the same person?
先輩が知っている葵さんはいくつでしたか？
僕より年下だったね。出席率が高かったからよく覚えているよ。
Suppose there really is no doubt that it is her. Thus, the lead I was ready to believe had led to nothing new. That I was ready to believe had led to nothing now rekindles at an unexpected place. I'm guessing the astronomy club also disbanded because the science center closed down?
そうだね。集まる場がなくなったからね。しょうがないとは思うけど、やっぱり寂しかったよ。
Okaizumi then forms a distant look in his eyes. I sincerely hope he isn't seeing this death omen star with those
君ら
eyes.
の言う葵さんがその彼女だったら、テンクルに入ってくれるかもしれないね。
That would be all fine and dandy if so, but it isn't going so well.
じゃあ彼女はもう天体観測に飽きたのかな。
I really want to believe that isn't the case. Or going to the rooftop with her telescope wouldn't make a shred of sense under that assumption. Senpai, do you know what it means to see the starry sky of the
過
past?
去の星空？
Yeah, I always said she wants to see the starry sky of the past. Okaizumi ponders the phrase.
あすほくん、わかるかい？
全然です。
Also shrugs her shoulders.
だって星空に過去なんてないんですから。
Huh? What do you mean by that?
そうだよ。この宇宙ができてからおよそ137億年。その間に消えた星もあれば生まれた星もたくさんある。何より星座を形作る構成は固有運動によって動いている。だから正確には星空に過去はある。長い時の中で夜空の風景は変遷を繰り返す。だけど僕たちの住むこの地球が生まれたのは46億年前。僕たち人類が誕生したのがたった400万年前。じゃあ葵さんが生まれたのは何年前になる？
Well, less than 20 years
宇
anyway.
宙の歴史に比べたら一瞬もいいところのその時間に星空がどれだけ変わると思う？
ほとんどゼロに近いですよね。
少なくとも星座に影響が出るような変化はない。だから僕たち人の一生にとっては星空に過去なんてないんだよ。 僕たちの過去も未来も、このひばりが崎の星空はそのままの姿であり続けるんだよ。
She's like, Okaizumi's words contain a speck of enthrallment in them. It is reasons like those that cause him to love the stars as much as he does. Is it precisely because both the constellations and its myth eternally remain in their position in the sky that they captivate imaginations of us Astro Circle members so much? Why, enough of that. There's something more important right now, but that doesn't really add up with Always Wish.
こうは考えられませんか？
Kosuma interjects with a proposition.
私たちが見上げる夜空の星々はとても遠くにありますよね。100光年、100万光年、100億光年離れた星だってあると思います。そしてその光が私たちに届くまでには100年、100万年、100億年かかっています。だから私たちが目にしている星空の光は過去の光ということになります。私たちはすでに過去の星空を眺めているんです。なるほど、確かにそうだね。
ただそれだと僕たちは望む望まないにかかわらず過去の星空だけを見上げていることになるんじゃないかな。
Which means that Always Wish is already a reality. Always said she couldn't see the starry sky of the past even though she wanted to. Always couldn't see the sky she longed for despite how strong her desire to was. So what does that come down to?
それでは逆というのは考えられませんか？逆って？逆転の発想です。星空に過去がないのであれば葵さんの願いは叶えられません。星空が過去であったとしても葵さんの願いは叶えられません。ということはつまり
Kosume puts an index finger, then goes on.
葵さんの望む星空はそもそも私たちの頭上に広がっている星空ではないんです。どういうこと？
Oh, that makes perfect sense.
それしか考えられないね。
なんでみんなして分かったように答えてるの？
It's the fucking planetarium. Well, it's something you should get to also. You're more knowledgeable about astronomy than me. You should get to, I mean, astronomy fans naturally, but I think anyone that holds a certain level of interest in stars would catch on. There's only one realistic way to produce the starry sky Aoi wishes to see.
もしかして
Looks like also has finally realized it as well.
だから葵さんは科学館に通ってたってことなの？
Most likely, yeah.
科学館の設備だったら葵さんの望む星空も見ることが可能だからね。
That is why the past that Aoi is speaking of is, in all likelihood, not referring to the starry sky of the past. Rather, it's simply from her own past. It almost certainly refers to something contained within her memories.
葵さん、過去に自分の目でその星空を見たってことだよね。はあ、いいな、羨ましすぎるよ。ですけど、葵さんはなぜそんな星空を見上げることができたんでしょう。
そればかりは本人に聞かないとわからないだろうね。
However, we found out what starry sky Aoi wants to see, and there's also a way to reproduce it.
そうだね。じゃあ葵さんを勧誘するために私たちで作ろっか。自作のプラネタリウムを。
Jesus Christ, doing it before a route even. Yeah, I hurriedly put the brakes on also as she's getting a little too fired up. Hold on, is that even all that easy to build up? Is it even all that easy to build a planetarium in the first place?
簡単なわけないよ。去年の学園祭にテンクルの出し物で作ったけど2週間くらいはかかったかな。初めてだったので勝手が分からずに苦労しましたよね。
まあ2度目だから2週間はかからないだろうけど、 さすがに1日2日じゃ難しいかもしれないね。
Our deadline currently falls on next Monday. Our time is running thin. It's great and all that we've arrived at an idea concerning Aoi's wish sooner than expected, but the method of fulfilling that wish is larger in scale than I expected. And it'll take
じゃあ
time.
来週の月曜まで徹夜で作ればいいよ。
Aren't you forgetting we have finals?
私はテンクルのためなら赤点も覚悟できるよ。
問題はそれだけじゃない。プラネタリウムを作るとして場所はどうするんだい？
ここでいいんじゃないですか。机とか全部どかせばスペースも作れるし。それは難しいんじゃないでしょうか。準備は夜までやらないと間に合わないでしょうから。学園祭の時とは違って教室の夜の使用は許可されないと思いますし。
それでなくても机や椅子を勝手にどかしていたら先生や生徒会に大目玉を食らうだろうね。
じゃあどかす必要のない体育館とかグラウンドとか。昼は部活動で生徒が使用していますし、夜だと警備員に見つかってやっぱり大目玉だと思いますよ。こっそり作ってればバレなくない？
警備員だって見回りくらいはするだろうし、誰にも見つからずに作るのは不可能だよ。
それならひばり校の外でやれば解決なんじゃ？
そうなると今度は必要な資材を部室から運び出すのは大変だね。ただでさえ時間がないのに。
じゃあどうすればいいんですか？まとめると、ひばり校の中である程度スペースがあり、なおかつ誰にも見つからない場所が必要ということになりますけど。そんな場所都合よくあるわけないよ。
Hey guys, just a little something before that? They stopped their arguing and turned their face towards me. You're really fine helping build the planetarium despite us still having finals the rest of the week? Are you seriously asking us that at this point? It's literally written on all three of their faces.
言ったじゃない。私は赤点取る覚悟があるって。私は赤点を取るつもりはありませんが、楽しそうですので参加させてくださいね。
僕は赤点を取るつもりでも自動書記のように腕が勝手に動いて取らせてくれないから問題ないよ。
I think that is a problem in its own
それ
right.
にテンクルのためだからね。
But still, I'll just warn you ahead of time. There's no guarantee Aoi will really enjoy it if we do build this planetarium, alright? Might have followed a completely false lead. Aoi's wish could very well be something entirely
それでも
different.
可能性はあるんだろ？だったらやるしかないじゃないか。
できることはすべてやる。やらないで後悔するより、やって後悔した方がずっと建設的ですね。私は最初から後悔するつもりなんてないよ。だってきっとこのプラネタリウム作りは大切な思い出になるからね。
Asu's words are devoid of any and all hesitation. Doing them motivates me as well. Just have to make new memories that will triumph over the memories Aoi holds so dear. If we do that, we won't have any regrets, even if ultimately Aoi's wish isn't fulfilled. Guys, I just thought of a perfect place.
どこ
The rooftop. There's more than enough space there, plus there's a slim chance of anyone stumbling upon us there, right?
それはそうだね。警備員だって見回りには来ない。
そりゃあ出入り口の扉に鍵がかかってるんだから誰も来ない。ただ私たちも入れませんよね。
So on top of the rooftop being off limits to even lock the door.
そうだよ。こももちゃんが鍵貸してくれないから七夕の日も屋上で天体観測できなかったんだから。
I'm to think of it, I did overhear that exchange. Blast away, it entered the rooftop just fine. All three of them shoot me a puzzled look. Just last night I went up there and met Aoi.
どうやって？
Well, the door just opened when I pulled. Wasn't locked or anything.
もしかして今は解除されてるのかい？
それはないと思います。姉さんが許すはずがありませんから。 じゃあどういうこと？
There's only one possibility. I must have a key to the rooftop.
どうして？
葵さん、生徒会役員なんじゃないですか？それでしたら先生から借りられるはずですから。
I don't think she is. She and Hisakaki talked during the bag searches the other day. When she and Hisakaki talked during the bag searches the other day, it seemed like that was their first time meeting.
葵さん、勝手に鍵を持ち出してるってこと？
それは判断しようがないけど、僕たちにとっては良好かもしれないね。
Exactly. Rooftops are usually locked, so no one goes there. Not even security does. After all, there's no need to check the rooftop if it was locked anyway. If I possess the key for it, could cleverly use that to our advantage.
一つ問題があるとすれば、屋上を使用する場合は夜に限定されるということだね。だって日中にプラネタリウムを組み上げたら外から見えてしまうじゃないか。
プラネタリウムの高さから考えて、校庭やグラウンドからは丸見えになってしまいますよね。
土日だって運動部に見つかる可能性がある。顧問の先生に見とがめられたらアウトだろうね。
じゃあ夜に一気に組み上げるしかないってことだね。
Wouldn't that mean it comes down to make or break in one
ゆう
night?
ちゃん、わかってるじゃない。
How can she just be so nonchalant about all this?
私たちは今日の夜から始めて明日の朝までにプラネタリウムを完成させるからね。
How can she just propose that with such a bright smile on her face? You're essentially tossing in all of our cards towards this massive risky gamble. From now onward, we'll be forced to dedicate all of our available time towards its completion. Now that would we be able to study, now would we be able to hand out flyers. And even despite all that, there's still no guarantee we'd even make it in time. However, this gamble is our one last hope, and all we can do is bank everything we have on it.
私たちテンクルなら絶対にできるから。
Man, I hope the postcard for confirmation of my address comes soon, because then they can finally send off the Hoshizora Yumemire copy, and I want that copy in my hands as soon as possible. Our circle's vice president is pulling us along with a smile as radiant as the sun, blowing away all our worries and anxieties. The door to the rooftop is usually locked. That being the case, I waited until it was around the same time Owe was there last night to make my way up to the door. It is unlocked. Further towards the back end of the rooftop is Owe, gazing up to the night sky, knowing full well it isn't what she wishes to see.
また来たんですね。
Yep.
今夜は何の用ですか？
There's something I want to inform you about. I'd like you to come here tomorrow morning, if that's okay by you.
どういうことですか？
There's a little something I'd like to show you.
何ですか？
You'll have to wait and see for yourself.
も
Something,
し
will
か
you?
して昨日の交換条件ですか？
Yeah.
私の願いを叶えてくれるんですか？
If everything goes well.
昨日の今日で早くないですか？
You could say fortune has given me its favor. I've been blessed with such wonderful
朝なの
friends.
に私の願いを叶えられると思うんですか？
Probably.
夜じゃなくていいんですか？
Probably.
弱気ですね。
Well, I won't lie and say it'll work out for sure.
明日の朝何時ですか？
Early enough so that you'll be the first one to school. That is the only option to prevent others from finding us out.
私が朝に弱いのを知って。
Yeah.
きっと私は寝坊しますよ。
Well, I'll have to give up if that happens.
諦められるんですか？
It won't be easy, but I'll do my best. Aoi's eyes then shift towards the telescope. Which stars have you been looking at tonight?
わかりません。ただ適当に見上げていただけですから。
Aoi lifts up the telescope in her arms. Going home?
はい。
Pretty early.
天体観測の気分じゃなくなりましたから。
Weren't you just aimlessly gazing up at the sky though?
うざい。
Aoi walks past me and on towards the doorway. Before opening the entrance, she turns around towards me.
何してるんですか？
What do you mean?
早く屋上から出てください。
I walk up to Aoi.
鍵かけなきゃいけないんですから。
Want me to carry the telescope for you?
結構です。
Want me to walk you home?
どうせ帰り道は一緒だと思いますけど、結構です。
Kinda curious, but why do you have a key to the rooftop?
あなたには関係ありません。
Saying nothing further, she goes on her way, descending the hill. For a moment, I considered going back to the school building, but then I chase after her. Couldn't have her walk home alone at night.
結局ついてきた。
Would you rather I
迷
not?
惑です。
Almost makes me want to cry and lose heart when you give me such a blunt reply like
遠慮
that.
せずにめげてください。
Well, can't do that even if I wanted to.
なぜですか？
If Gina and me won't give up, there's no way I, as her older brother, can just throw in the towel, right? I'll be happy if you could remember what I told you and come to the rooftop
行き
tomorrow.
ませんから。
Oh, he passes through the front gate and disappears into the house. Alright. Gotta hurry back to the school. Oh, he locked the rooftop door. However, it should be open now. Since we don't have a key, there's nothing we can do about it if we approach from outside the rooftop. But on the other side of the door, you can open it easily just by turning the knob.
待ってたよ、ようち
Sorry it took a
ゃん。
while.
葵さんを送ってたんだよね。
Well, yeah.
偉い偉い。
While Aoi was in the middle of stargazing, I had entered the rooftop, but unbeknownst to her, Asuho had also come along. She then immediately hid herself around a corner as I approached Aoi with an air of nonchalance, so she wouldn't suspect anything. When Aoi and I left the rooftop soon after, Asuho remained up there. That was why, although Aoi locked the door, I could get back up here. All it took was for Asuho to open the door for me.
葵さんの持ってた望遠鏡、屈折式だったね。口径は6センチくらいかな。ちょっと年季入ってる感じだった。
Meaning she's been using it for a long time already, huh?
多分ね。でも教頭は綺麗だったし、丁寧に扱ってるんだと思う。葵さん、望遠鏡を大切にしてるんだと思う。
Really makes you want to have her join the Astro Circle all the more.
そうだね。もし入ってくれたらキャリングケースをプレゼントしようかな。葵さん、望遠鏡をむき出しのまま運んでたから間違って傷つけちゃうといけないし。
If the Astro Circle becomes an official club, we'll get club funds. We may be able to allot some of those towards that.
そのためにも気合い入れてプラネタリウム作るぞ。
Asuho's loud voice is soaked up by the clear night sky. The other ones.
さっき携帯で連
The
絡
other
したよ。
was, I mean,
小雨ちゃんも岡泉先輩もすぐ来るって。
we did all the preparation we could in the club room until closing time, then left temporarily. Our plan was to then wait for the arrival of nightfall and meet up on the rooftop. Before we get started on anything else, though, we have to carry the materials we read into the club room up here. Early in the afternoon, we went to the supermarkets located in the shopping district, gathering up some cardboard boxes that'll be used to form the planetarium's dome. Just, make sure they are not like soaked cardboard that dried again. Won't end well, as we all know. Right, also, can you check for the sound just to be on the safe side? Also places a hand behind her ear and closes her eyes.
聞こえない。 ンキーンは聞こえないよ。雨は絶対降らないよ。
What is that extremely dapper eye bat? And how can I get one? Aoi Isuzu sits, facing towards her desk. Several cards can be seen placed atop it. He then proceeds to place cards further on top of those already there. Star divination through tarot cards, utilizing the 12 zodiacal constellations. However, it is neither love, luck, health, nor academic success that she aims to gain knowledge of. She divines as her own self. Through this star divination, she seeks out a self-fulfilling prophecy. One who hears a fortune of this nature will then go out and act in accordance with that fortune, as if fulfilling it through their own action. That is what self-fulfilling prophecies are. Zuzu is placing her hopes in that. Put simply, it is a form of autosuggestion. She continues to divine until she draws the result she desires, then upon receiving it, then stops. Through that, she gains a feeling of satisfaction. From the start, she has never sought any further meaning out of the divination than that. Fervently believing that her wish will someday come true, seeking its fruition through the means of a self-fulfilling prophecy, with hopes of a near resemblance to resignation concealed within her heart. Isuzu then puts the tarot cards away. Doing star divination does nothing to distract her mind from those two siblings. They invade her thoughts no matter what she does. Kokusaka Yo and Kokusaka Chinami, the upperclassman boy and his younger sister in her grade level that had moved here. Will they talk to me again tomorrow? She asks herself. Will Chinami approach me with that look free of all worries, sprinkling her liveliness that reach exasperating levels? Well, you'll start up one of those trifling chats with me that almost personify peace in itself by wearing a wry smile on his face all the while in response to his sister. All those people around her had never thought to approach someone like her, so Meek attacked her. But they dared to do so, with obstinacy even. It is normal for her peers to simply ignore her, but they do not. She can only wonder what they see in her, which makes them so persistent in their efforts. Why would anyone even want to be her friend in the first place? Isuzu stares at the telescope placed at the side of the room. He told her to come to the rooftop early tomorrow morning. If he intends to fulfill her wish there, as he says, then what awaits her upon going there should be a sky full of stars. Zing! But what stars are there to even see during the daytime, she could only wonder. Isuzu is not too terribly knowledgeable with regards to astronomy, for it isn't because she holds an interest in astronomy that she looks through her telescope, but merely because there is a specific starry sky that she loves, because that sky symbolizes memories from her past, because Isuzu merely wishes to cherish and indulge in those sweet memories. Which is why, when the signs sent to close down and she learned that she would no longer be able to see that starry sky from her memories anymore, Isuzu sunk into depression. It not being anyone else's fault, but not her own either, only served to make it all the more worse. Isuzu isolated herself from her surroundings. She rejected everything and everyone with the exception of her family, which poses part of her memories together with the starry sky. She never was much of a social person to begin with, so from a pure appearance perspective, there might not have been any change, but it made clear manifestation when someone would actually make an effort to talk to her. Fucking Steam notification was in the corner, trying to fucking grab my attention. She would snap at him. Just die, you're annoying, leave me alone. Words heartless enough to make one cry. Most people never think to approach her again after being treated so nastily. However, both Yo and Jinami still made an effort to be her friends, despite whatever she would say. It is truly commendable that they can manage to be so thick-skinned. Though Izuzu herself can't help but lament that fact.
まったく。
Izuzu's hand is gripping the key to the rooftop. On the day the science center shut down, the director gave it to her along with that telescope. Both the key and the telescope are things she holds very dear to her. Because it was told to her that the starry sky of memories would be available to her if she but used them. Despite the impossibility of it, the starry sky she wishes to see is different from that of the one here in Hibarigasaki. So for her to be able to see it here would be plainly and simply impossible. Then why did the director say to her those words? Suzu still has yet to find an answer to that question. I'm seriously beginning to wonder how much time has passed since the sun rose. Then the sound of the rooftop door opening echoes. Every single one of us turns towards that direction, presumably because all attention has suddenly been focused her way. She stops in her tracks. Her expression is masked in a deep hue of anxiety. She seems as though she might leave any second. I immediately run up to her. Morning, Aoi!
おはようございます。
So you decide, come, huh?
来なかったら恨まれて今後も付きまとわれそうな気がしましたので。
Good to see you managed to get up on time.
実はあと15分で予令が鳴ります。
Oh god, seriously? I guess that means it's only sheer luck that we haven't been caught yet.
私は朝が弱いですから。
Still, you aren't skirting the line as usual. Thanks for that. Aoi directs her gaze sideways past me. Also, when the others two are sitting there, totally exhausted.
あなた方も屋上に出られるんですね。
You could say that.
あそこにあるの何ですか？
Looks pretty cool, don't you think?
どちらかというとかっこ悪いですよね。
True, I guess it would look like some cheap ragtag paper dome from the
何なん
outside.
ですか？
A self-made planetarium. Aoi's eyes widen in surprise.
プラネタリウムって作れるんですか？
Yeah.
簡単に作れるんですか？
It wasn't easy, really. We were seriously afraid we might not make it in time. If Aoi had gotten up earlier, she might have stumbled upon us still in the middle of assembling it, which certainly wouldn't have been given off a good impression. We furnished the planetarium quite literally only mere minutes
ゆう
ago.
べはプラネタリウムなんてなかったですよね。
Nope!
まさか夜の間に作ってたんですか？
That's what we did, yeah!
寝てないんですか？
Nope!
私一人のために。
We'd better cut the chatter for now! If we don't hurry, we'll be late for our finals. We could possibly have Aoi end up late because of us. Wanna know something neat? This planetarium here is a time machine. Aoi has a look on her face, telling me she understood none of that. This planetarium is able to project any starry sky you so desire from both past and future. Any starry sky during any era above any place. So that's what I meant when I said that. This planetarium is a time machine for stars. Aoi's face is masked in disbelief.
自作のプラネタリウムにそんな機能があるとは思えませんけど。
How many times do I have to keep telling you? I'm a guy that makes impossible
ダ
possible.
サいです。
Yeah, if I end up failing with this, that'll make me pretty lame indeed. Well, could you just take my words for it and give it a try? Turn around. Also, Okosama and Okaizumi wave their hands.
こっちはいつでも準備 OK だよ。
Also unfolds the entrance curtains.
コンビニで買った氷を入れておいたので涼しいんじゃないかと思います。
Okosama smiles at us warmly.
小笠原くん、あとは任せたよ。
Okaizumi's suddenly keels over. Apparently he's reached his limit. I turn around to Aoi once more. I humbly welcome you to the Astronomy Circle's Planetarium screening. Sure imbues you with a sense of fucking confidence, doesn't it? Their leader just passed out. While the dome itself stands high, the entrance is small, so you have to bend down to get inside. It didn't look like you had to bend down, it looked like you had to get on your fucking stomach and do like a fucking snake crawl. I go in first, and then show Aoi in.
真っ暗。
While the screening hasn't started yet.
息苦しい。
Well, we did ventilate it, but right now it's shut airtight.
襲われそう。
Of course I'm not gonna do that.
変なことしたら大声あげますから。
If she isn't just joking and is saying that in all seriousness, that will be quite the shock. Alright then, Aoi. After having successfully grabbed around for the time machine's control device, I then say to her, "Tell me which starry sky you wish to see." Without any hesitation, Aoi
南
replies.
天の星空を見せてください。
I too answer without any hesitation. I'll fulfill your wish. The inside of the dome is then engulfed with light. Damn! It's still not on the level of Hoshizora Mirai's one. However, in this one, we actually have a face for the MC, which is an improvement over... Wait. God fucking damn it! There's a panty shot again! With camel toe weave. We don't need that! You disgust me! Wait, hold on. Oh, fuck, I took a screenshot before the number was gone, I think. I gotta say, while the CG overall doesn't look as gorgeous as the CG I'm thinking of from Hoshizora Mirai, the main character sure looks better. Ryosuke was not a handsome lad. He was an average lad, at best. Something about his looks, just like he wasn't ugly. He was average, maybe a little bit above average, but that's a handsome lad right there. He climbs to the ceiling and spreads out and begins to mix together with the darkness. Thereupon, the cosmos takes shape around us. The world around us has changed. Above our heads, everything is filled with shining flocks of stars. Scattered about, twinkling of various sizes appears, jumbled, while playing a symphony of infinite harmony.
これは
Our pinhole method self-made planetarium is projecting the starry sky of the southern hemisphere, a sky you absolutely couldn't see from Iberigasaki. We would like to thank you for visiting the Astro Circle Planetarium today. Here in Japan, located in the northern hemisphere, it is impossible to see the southern hemisphere's constellations and nebula. Alright then, let's go over the southern hemisphere stars one by one. Use a laser pointer to assist with our tour of the sky of stars above us. Following the permanent Southern Cross, constellations of mythical beasts, Pavo, Apus, Monoceros, and Tucana line up. We also have a great deal of constellations that bear odd names. You also have a great deal of constellations that bear odd names, such as Pyxis, Rule, Clock, Telescope, and Microscope. In addition to that, you also have a plethora of gorgeous celestial objects, like the small and large Magellanic Clouds and the Carina Nebula. Our self-made fixed star projector showing all of those. We took an aluminium foil bowl used for cooking and continued to zealously hit it with a rubber hammer in order to make it closer to shape of an Earth hemisphere. We calculated the coordinates and punched hole after hole into it to the point that it was depressing. So many holes as stars that can be seen from the southern hemisphere. Hosame Nakaizumi had gotten started on that in the early afternoon, yet it still took them the whole night to finish. Also and I worked together on assembling the dome. After readying the blueprint for it, we cut our cardboard to match the required measurements. Our first step was to paint the interior side to the side of the cardboard white. Following that, we connected the cardboard with packaging tape. In order to make it appear pitch black inside, we sealed each and every little gap. Making use of flashlights, we carefully went about each and every action, slowly bringing this dome to life.
私の思い出にある星空。私の大好きな星空。もう見ることはないと思ってたのに。
sends out her heart to a starry sky she can never see. She peers at the past through this telescope lens of her memories, which is why I wanted to join the Astro Circle, and together with this, grow to love the starry sky that lays overhead this town too. Wanted to come to hold feelings this deep for Ibarigasaki's starry sky as well. Making sure not to sob, Aoi continues to silently let the tears stream down her cheeks. Alright, now we, as fast as fucking possible, need to demolish the fucking dome. Or you're in trouble. The principal's long speech on the gym's stage finally comes to an end. The current day is the 23rd of July, Monday. The day of the closing ceremony marks the end of the first school semester. Simultaneously, it is the day upon which fate will deliver its decree to our circle.
ロングホームルームも終わってついに念願の夏休みだね。かき氷食べてスイカ食べて海水浴に夏祭りにもちろん天体観測もやりまくるぞ。ようちゃんは夏休み何か予定ある？お父さんがお昼だけでもバイト出てくれると助かるって言ってたよ。私も遊んでる以外はお手伝いしてるし、課題はまあラスト1週間で適当に片付けるし、だからよかったら一緒にバイトして時間あったら一緒に遊んだりしたいなって。ようちゃん聞いてる？
I've fallen prostrate on my desk.
どうしたの？
In my hands is one of the exams we just got back. Last exam, which we took Friday. Math. My score, 29 out of 100. Beautiful failing grade. Since we pulled an all-nighter to build this planetarium, I'm napped at the very last exam, earning me this result.
ようちゃん赤点取っちゃったんだ。
Why'd you have to say it? The very first time in my life, I would have to take a remedial class.
落ち込まなくたっていいよ。私も金曜日のテストは全部寝ちゃって赤点だったし。
Yeah, I'm really sorry for that.
そんな必要ないってば。
Since Aso has leaned over, drawing her face near, I have no choice but to raise my upper body again.
だって一緒にプラネタリウム作ったの楽しかったもんね。
私は大丈夫でしたよ。一旦解散して家に帰った時、仮眠をとっていましたから。
僕も大丈夫だったよ。眠っていたはずなのに全ての回答欄が埋まっていたから。
I'm pretty certain that it is a fairly big issue, actually.
私とようちゃんだけ補習か。
補習は今週いっぱいで終わりですよね。8月に入ったらみんなでどこか遊びに行きたいですね。
まずは海水浴がいいな。その次に夏祭りでかき氷とたこ焼きと焼きそばとりんご飴。
Is Komomo gonna come in like, I fucking warned you? Bitch, I told you your scores would suffer.
ようちゃんまだ落ち込んでる。
プラネタリウムの後片付けが残っているから正気に戻ってほしいところだけどね。
After school on Friday, we disassembled the rooftop planetarium and stuffed the materials into the neighboring reference room. Don't fall down. Stay. Stay! There we go. It might have been that everyone was simply ready and eager to leave school right after the exam's over, but no one spotted the dome during that time. Either way, if we didn't tidy up the reference room now, there wouldn't be any room for anyone to stand in it. As for the cardboard, we'll probably end up having to dispose of it. Since it was quite a chore to assemble the thing, there was a bit of a reluctant feeling, but in the end, it is what it is.
テンクルの皆さん、ごきげんよう。
Izakaki walks in without even knocking at the door.
何の用だよ。
あら、忘れたのかしら？今日はテンクルの廃部が決定する運命の日だっていうのに。
勝手に廃部って決めつけないでよ。
じゃあ聞くけど、部員は6人集まったの？
Also steps back with a groan. We are still sitting at 5. In the end, both the posters we put up and the flyers we handed out were of no help. As for Oe, we still haven't received confirmation that she is joining. So we don't know whether the planetarium was a success or not just yet. We don't know whether her wish came true. While all of us are dying to know, nobody ever touches upon it. That being because of this situation, the polite thing to do is to wait for Oe's reply. And then my little sister comes on stage with a hectic entrance.
葵ちゃんが天空で入ってあげるって。その代わりまたプラネタリウム見せてほしいって。入部届渡してくれって頼まれたから持ってきたよ。
Gasps of awe fill the room.
ちなみとしてはおかけに入ってほしかったんだけど、お兄ちゃんに譲ってあげるよ。なんたって今日のちなみは超ご機嫌だからね。
Saying so, Chidami holds up her exam sheets and steps a little dance of
ほらほら
joy.
見て見てお兄ちゃん。綺麗に全部30点だよ。全教科赤点じゃないんだよ。せっかくの夏休みに補習受ける人が本当あれで仕方ないね。
Like she's gonna fall those fucking knees, just like my life is over. Well done, Chidami.
言葉は激励なのに手がグリグリしてるよお兄ちゃん。しかもいつにも増して強烈に。
なんなのよまったく。
Detached from the rejoicing Astro Circle, Hisaki's cursing on the sidelines.
せっかく部外者も部活に参加できる案を通してあげたっていうのに、みんなを驚かせてやろうと思ったのに、その後に恩でも着せてやろうと考えてたのに、これじゃ私一人バカみたいじゃない。
The voice is low, but I don't see it. Thanks, Izukaki. I'll definitely pay for this someday.
ふーん、そんなことがあったんだ。
Yeah, we went through some hardships, but all's well that ends well, as they say.
それで木曜日と金曜日は展望台に来なかったんだ。
Yeah.
土日は来れたのに来なかったんだ。
I was so concerned about what Aoi would do that I just plain forgot. I'm sorry, Mayor.
なんで謝るの？
No, I just felt like it.
今日のあなたはバカバカね。
Hey, Mayor. I draw one step closer to Mayor, followed by a retreating one step with a jolt. What are you running away from me for?
また変態なことするんでしょ。
I won't do anything.
どうだか。
I just want to hear your answer. Do you want to join our Astro Circle? I extend my hand towards her. Do you want to look through that telescope with me again another time? Mare appears unsure. She seems to be of two minds whether to stretch out her hands or not. Her hand or not. That hand is the admission form I gave her the other day.
私は死神なのに。
I know.
死神は人間と慣れ合うことなんてしないのに。
I know.
死神は
Then her hand, with the admission form slowly ever so hesitantly, extends towards mine.
死神はひばりが崎の星空が好きだから。
She says with a faint voice, red in the face. I take the admission form containing Mare's name on it. Following that, I extend my other hand.
だからちょっとくらいならあなたたちのそばにいてもいいかなって。あなたのそばにいてもいいかなって。
Like, you do not understand how badly I would actually like to use this as a thumbnail again, because it's fucking diabetes inducing. But no, we got a new CG. We're using the new CG. God fucking damn it! Like, I'm so used that when you're like, when I accidentally click left click,
一
I
緒
can
に
get
望遠鏡覗いてあげてもいいかなって。
I can get rid of it by just right clicking. But no, I can't. Jesus Christ, that's a lot more zoom than before. Woo.
万華鏡の光を眺めるのも。だって私
万華鏡の光を眺めるのもいいかなって。だって私まだ万華鏡見たことないんだから。
補習1日目、やっと終わったね。まだ落ち込んでる。いい加減現実を見つめなきゃダメだよ。
In actuality, I'm even more bummed out than before, precisely because I've accepted reality. Since remedial classes end in the mornings, the sun has climbed to shine due south. In addition, there is also the blistering heat very befitting for the midsummer season, which was to use our hands as impromptu fans on our way down the hill.
ひよちゃん、今日はバイト出られそう？
Yeah, I've got no other plans for the rest of the day, so I might as well. She makes a victory sign for reasons unknown to me.
テスト前にやってたみたいに、バイト終わったらそのまま伏見したいね。
Ideally, though, I'd rather do stuff like that as a club. The thing preventing us from doing that is the fact that we still haven't received the key to the rooftop. We haven't obtained permission to use it. We did succeed in getting our last member, so... As such, we've definitely escaped the dread of abolishment. However, the Istra Circle still hasn't quite been recognized as a club. Hisakaki stressed that the matter would be decided upon in the student council meeting concerning extracurriculars that they would hold next term. So technically speaking, we still remain a circle, and in our prospects of being able to do satisfying circle activities during our long awaited summer break are dubious at best.
私は2人で伏見でも全然いいよ。
It kind of defeats the point of us getting that new member, though.
そんなことないよ。今度からは堂々と胸張って部室に望遠鏡置いとけるし。
I really wish she'd keep that last part figured.
それに、かももちゃんから嫌味言われなくなるし、アスカくんにも自慢できるし。
It's almost like the perks she has listed are all totally irrelevant. But I mean, wouldn't you rather go stargazing with the whole club?
それはそうかもだけど。
Also isn't quite making yourself clear. Don't you feel even a teensy bit glad? I mean, you threw your back into recruitment that much.
嬉しいに決まってるよ。だってテンクルがちゃんと残ってくれるんだもん。私の代で終わらなくて済んだんだもん。
But really also continues.
私はね、結局星を見上げられるんだったらそれでいいのかもしれない。誰かと一緒に星を好きでいられたらそれでいいのかもしれない。
Also squints at the sky like she's searching for the stars that are still not out yet. Man, what a self-centered vice president we have.
そうだね。だから内緒にしといてね。私とようちゃんの2人だけの秘密ってことで。
He says so humorously. Let's go see the stars sometime soon.
今度なんだ。今夜じゃなくて。
I'll try my hand with Hisakaki and see if I can do anything, even if we won't be a club officially until next semester. She might lend us the rooftop key ahead of time. Give Paul.
の扱いしないで。
Come to think of it, there's one attendance day in summer break, right? 10th of August, if I remember right.
確か金曜日だよね。
I'll see if we can't hold their meeting concerning clubs and circles on that. I'll see if they can't hold their meeting concerning clubs and circles on that
よ
day.
うちゃん、熱心だね。
Why are you so pouty?
そんなことないもん。
The fact that she is in dog mode is proof enough for that, though. Honestly. Anyhow, I'll see what I can do so we can maybe get some club stargazing over the
なん
break.
でそこまで熱心なんだろう。
Oh, I have a reason for that.
何？
It's because I love the stars. Because I want to stargaze together with Oi and Mare too, not just Asuho. From my perspective, you're the one acting a little off, ever since we avoided abolishment, really. I don't quite get the meaning of that laughter.
だってさ、なんていうかさ、ようちゃん。
Is a dumb fucking bitch. Because he's so dense. After a moment of hesitation, she goes on. Also, now I remember what I want to say at the start of the part. I wanted to start it a bit earlier because I started it like a bit after 10, which isn't ideal. And I wanted to start earlier, but when I went to start, my nose started bleeding. Which was great. After a moment of hesitation, she goes
私と
on.
二人じゃ嫌なのかなって
Also continues before I can reply with anything.
気にしないでそういう意味じゃないから
Also is waving her hand in front of her.
夏休み中にもテンクルの活動できるなら私もやりたいって思うよ
Kind of feels like she unnaturally changed the topic back to where we were
Tada.
before.
そんな簡単じゃないと思うよ相手はこももちゃんだし
Well, if worst comes to worst, we can always just use Aoi's key.
葵さんなんで鍵持ってるんだろうね
I'll ask her as soon as I get the chance, but I don't really get the feeling it's something she borrowed from the school.
だよね一般生徒に貸したままなんて許可されるはずないし
Or even if we do borrow the key from Aoi and use it to go to the rooftop, I don't imagine that could quite be qualified as real activity for the Astro Circle. If we get caught by someone, that could easily put in jeopardy our spot as an official club that we've worked so hard to obtain. It'd be no different than the idea I previously suggested of covertly using the lookout. At the end of the day, I guess it does all come down to Izakaki. But the idea of piling in on more debt doesn't quite sit well with me, considering I haven't paid her back what I already owe her.
生徒会には入らないでね
Can't make any promises.
う
As we reach my house, also throws me an invite.
んお昼うちで食べない
Is that alright?
もちろん
Unless that means I'll be treated to Aso's home cooking again. Love to take you up on that, but I do feel bad for turning her down, but different from before. This time we had remedial classes, so I highly doubt she pulled another all-nighter practicing making a dish. Or rather, I honestly don't want to believe that she did.
何か用事
Chinami's waiting inside, properly famished.
ちなみちゃんもうちで食べればいいよ
That would direct a chain at Chinami helping me with work at a cafe today, which I'd rather not deal with. Sorry, but I'll pass today. Oh, come on, don't get all selfish on me.
私の恋がわがまま扱い
I'll let you treat me next
絶対
time.
だからね
Yeah.
それじゃあお店で待ってるね
Back in good spirits at the end, Asa walks off home. I'll seriously develop a guilty conscience if I turn her down over and over again, so starting tomorrow, I suppose I'll ready something in advance before heading to my remedial classes. That way I don't have to worry about Chinami starving to death.
お兄ちゃん
Once is enough. Very famished Chinami greets me.
ちなみお腹空いたからこれからご飯作ろうと思うんだけど何が食べたいかなお兄ちゃん
Whatever Chinami's hungry, as can be seen right now, probability of you wreaking disaster shoots up dramatically. Can I request anything at all?
ちなみが作れる料理ならね
Okay, that's everything edible on this planet out of the equation, so what does that leave?
考えのスタート地点がおかしいよお兄ちゃん
You could at least give me a hint or something.
そこまで思いつくのが難しい
Whatever, I'll just go with something you can't make.
のちなみが作れる料理がちなみが作らない料理って意味不明だよお兄ちゃん
Worded differently means do not enter the kitchen.
いつも着地地点が同じ気がするんだけど
Yes, yet you refuse to learn. I'll fix something up, so just find something to keep yourself busy in the meantime.
待つのはお兄ちゃんだよちなみがご飯作るんだから
What are you getting carried away for when I'm kindly mincing my words?
ちなみの行為がとんでもない扱いに
Onchinu should be up soon, so I guess I'd better not waste any more time.
だったら2人で作った方が早く終わるよ
Both addition and multiplication of a positive number with a negative one will always result in a smaller number. Didn't they teach you this in school?
ほんと失礼極まりないよこの人
Alright, I'll be done in a bit.
お兄ちゃんのバ
ちなみちゃん、
After eating lunch, Alchino calls out to us before I get
夏
going.
休みに入ったし、二人にお小遣いあげるわね。
Chino, my lass, my girl. You too much. She holds out envelopes to both of us. No, I can't really.
ありがとうございます。
Chino swiftly takes the envelope and opens it.
こんなにいいんですか？
Whopping 30,000 yen appear to be
ようちゃん
inside.
はお兄ちゃんだから5万円ね。
It's not New Year's or anything, so you really don't have to give us anything. There's simply no way I can take that much
姉さ
money.
んがどのくらいあげてたか聞いてなかったから、少なかったら言ってね。
これだけあれば十分です。
Rather, your consideration alone is more than enough. I can't accept that.
いらないんだったらちなみがもらうね。
A combined 80,000 yen has now been placed into Chinami's hands.
お兄ちゃん、ちなみこれまで生きてきて、こんな大金一度に手にするのは初めてだよ。夢みたいな気分だよ。
Take the envelopes out of Chinami's hand and return them to Onshino.
一瞬にして夢が散ったよ、お兄ちゃん。
I'll give you some pocket money
遠
later.
慮なんてしなくていいのよ。
Well, we still have mom's savings. I'm sure you have things to worry about yourself, so you really don't need to worry about giving us money. Onshino appears disappointed. Like, this is the thing. Yes, she wants to be nice, but at the same time, you don't want to give them a guilty conscience. They already feel guilty enough to be a burden on your financials right now. On your finances, I mean.
じゃあお兄ちゃん、ちなみにお小遣いちょうだい。
You gotta be tough and put up with the little stuff like that.
早速約束保護にしようとしてる。
ちなみちゃん、はい。
Jinmi procures 80,000 yen.
夏
yet
祭り
again.
もあるし、お兄ちゃんと一緒に使ってね。
As I said, this is
よう
simply.
ちゃん、
Onshino
こ
interrupts
れはね、
me.
いつも食事を作ってくれてるお礼も兼ねてるの。
That is anything but a reason to accept the money. After all, Onshino is the one who buys all the groceries in the first place.
多いと思ったら貯金してね。返しに来てもまたちなみちゃんにあげちゃうからね。
Not giving me so much as a chance to refute her, she returns to her workroom.
お兄ちゃん、ちなみこれからお買い物に行ってくるね。
That's confiscated.
鬼だよこの人。
This good enough? I pass her 10,000 yen bills.
お兄ちゃんにしては太っ腹。
While spend it wisely, you have to make do with it for the rest of your life.
それだと少なすぎるよ。
The average person earns around 200 million yen over the course of their lifetime, so it seems just right to
なの
me.
にちなみは2万円なの？
Yep. 0.01%.
それがちなみの生涯なの？
Well, you know what they say, life's short, so make the most of it.
それどころかちなみもうゾンビだよ。
You gotta be tough and put up with the little stuff like that.
我慢の限界もいいところだよ。
That's just deposit the rest of the money. I'll be giving you pocket money every month from now on, so don't pester Onshino for any, you hear me?
Hi!
And don't go blowing all the money on stupid stuff either.
わかってるよ。今どうしても必要なのは探偵グッズくらいだからね。
You, what? Detective goods?
都市伝説の謎を暴くための張り込み用のグッズだよ。
And confiscated.
ちなみの生涯賃
That stakeout you said? Do you mean the stakeout at UPLI High you talked about before?
金が。そうだよ。夏休みに入ったから今度オカルト部長と深夜の校舎を探検だよ。
Nope.
なんで夏休みならいいって言ったのに。
You have something more important to deal with. Your homework.
募集の人に心配される筋合いはないよ。
And whose fault do you think that is, you little snot?
ちなみのせいじゃないのになんでグリグリされて
Look, there's no Grim Reaper that appears at school during the
るの？
night.
なんでお兄ちゃんが断言できるの？
I'm unsure whether I should go and tell her it turned out to be Aoi. I mean, I don't really imagine that it's something she wants to me to go spreading around. All the more so if Aoi is using the rooftop without the school's knowledge. If you're that insistent on investigating the Grim Reaper rumor, Why didn't you just directly ask Mir? She's basically the prime suspect, I mean.
でもオカルト部長と一緒に展望台行ってもメアちゃんに会えないんだもん。
I'll ask her
ど
for
うや
you.
ってメアちゃんに会うの？
I really don't want to tell her, honestly. Mir only comes to the lookout at night.
そうなの？
Yeah, and it's also limited to cloudless nights. It seems Mir is kind of fond of the stars, so she's always coming to see
メ
them.
アちゃん熱心に望遠鏡を覗いてたもんね。
Looks like that is convincing, eh? But don't think of going to see Mir alone at night. If you really want to meet her, ask me and I'll take you.
なんで？
Just because. The lookout area is off limits, and even if it wasn't, I can't have you wandering around outside at night. But I can't have her wandering around outside at night by
オ
herself.
カルト部長と二人だったら？
No.
なんで？
No means no. Just for the record, it isn't because I'm trying to chase away a guy from getting close to my sister. Return the 20,000 yen to Chinami is now
じゃあ
sulking.
今夜展望台行こうね。
Okay, but in exchange, no stakeout at school.
それはわからないよお兄ちゃん。ちなみに宇宙人捕獲大作戦は時にどんな犠牲を払うことも厭わないんだから。
Okay, then why not offer yourself a sacrifice first?
その前にこのグリグリの犠牲の対価が不明だよお兄ちゃん。
At any rate, it appears I'm going to be making a trip to the lookout tonight. On my way over to Osso's cafe for work, I come across an unusual sight.
たくいい加減このポンコツにもうんざりね。
Yes! Amidst the blazing heat, there was a woman dripping with sweat pushing along a
近くに
scooter.
バイク屋もないし最悪だわ。
I don't know whether the engine is stalled, it's got a flat tire or what, but whatever the case, it doesn't appear to be working in condition. It is a small station with relatively few pedestrians to begin with, but right now I can't see a single person on the street, possibly due to the time of day. Inevitably so, I ended up calling out to the woman. Do you need a hand with that? Still gripping the handles, the woman turns her head towards me. At first glance, she's probably around the same age as Aunt Shino. Though, unlike Aunt Shino, she gives off a brisk, strong-willed sort of vibe.
助かるわ。じゃあ後ろから押してくれる？
Absolutely. Place my hands on the luggage rack and proceed to push it forward while taking care to keep it balanced. It is heavier than I expected it to be. Maybe she has some stuff stored beneath the seat or something.
商店街で買い物した帰りだから重くて悪いわね。
Oh, no, don't worry about it. It's normal to help with someone in need. When someone is in need.
あんたいい子ね。見ない顔だけどひばりが崎に住んでるの？
Yeah, I am. Though I actually only moved here just
なる
recently.
ほどね。
My name's Kokosaki. Oh, nice to meet you.
礼儀正しいわね。私の若い頃とは正反対だわ。
Still look pretty young to me.
嬉しいこと言うわね。だけどあんたくらいの年の子から社交辞令もらうと嫌味にも聞こえるわ。
I didn't mean it like that. I mean, she looks like typical third-year character. I'll be honest.
変に大人ぶらなくったってガキはガキらしくしてるのが一番よ。
Whoops, I probably should have read that. I didn't mean it like that. Got
この
admonished.
町どう？外から来たんじゃ住みにくいんじゃない？
It sure has its convenience, but I used to live here before as well, so yeah.
出戻りなんだ。珍しいわね。
Is
引っ越
that...
す連中は不便な環境に嫌気がさして出ていくのが普通だからね。戻ってくることはないでしょ。
Well, that is kind of depressing.
あんたはこの町が好きみたいね。
Yeah, I do.
素直な返事ね。あんたみたいな子がいるんならこの町もまだまだ捨てたもんじゃないのかもね。
As we chat along like that, I remember one thing I forgot to ask her. By the way, how far do you want me to help push the
悪
scooter?
いんだけど私の家までお願い。
And where is that?
隣町よ。
I was sure that was a Hibarigazaki resident, but as it turns out she isn't. The neighboring town is past the waterway. While it isn't much of a distance to get there, the town itself covers a wide area, being a lot more closer to an urban city than Hibarigazaki. The fact that she'd come here on a scooter makes a wave of anxiety wash
私よ
over
り
me.
若いんだから頼りにしてるわよ。
I feel like those words are a preface to everything that is laying in store for me. Oh boy. Thereupon, we spent an entire hour pushing the scooter to her place. I guess that wouldn't have been too bad if the weather was nice and cool, but being in the middle of midsummer as we are, my stamina got considerably
車庫に
depleted.
バイク入れてくるからちょっと待ってて。お礼もしたいから。
Taking into account the fact that she is the one with more energy after this trip, I imagine she could have done this all on her own without my help. I sat down on the stone steps to catch my breath. And I can only bet on the fucking word to Jesus Lord above that she's not going to have a route, and I'm going to feel depressed about it. Anyhow, her home actually turns out to be a shrine, much to my surprise. Oh no, is she Komomo's mom? I remember seeing like one CG of Komomo in like a shrine priestess uniform. I'm even less knowledgeable about the topography here than in Hibarigaseki. Wasn't even aware that neighboring town held a shrine to begin with. I look up the shrine archway and reads Setengu. Ah, fucking hell. Never heard of a name. Ah! Hiccups. I'd never heard of the name before, so I figured the deity enshrined here is some relatively unknown local one. Seriously, this heat is killing me. Strolled the shrine grounds in search of a shady area, presumably because there is a lot of green here. The chorus of cicadas pains my ears. While covering one of my ears, I gave Asuhu a call, telling her I'll be late for work. It is at times like this that I'm really thankful for those flexible work hours. Incidentally, we made a group chat for the Astro Circle on the day of the closing ceremony, so I also have everyone's numbers registered on in my cell phone's address book. Also appears unhappy on the phone, but when I explain the situation to her, she understands. On top of that, she even throws me some praise, saying her usual, "I'm so proud of you!" I don't know whether it's the fact that she's my senior at work that makes her act like that or what, but every once in a while also will get the urge to act all big sister-esque. And at times it makes me think of the lookout girl, causing my heart to skip a beat. And when I put my cell phone away into my pocket, I doubt my eyes. I'm only realizing it now, belatedly, because I've been talking on the phone. The shrine grounds aren't devoid of people. There's one shrine maiden. Using a ladle, she is sprinkling water as the bright sun beats down on her. My guess is that it's to keep down dust and cool the pavement, common practice at shrines. Only the area surrounding her is escaping the midsummer heat. Seeking cold, my feet are naturally drawn towards her. Hi there! That's the CG I meant. It appears she has noticed me too. In response to my short hand raise in place of a greeting, Izakaki turns away, seemingly embarrassed at being seen in her current appearance.
なんで小ヶ坂くんがいるのよ。
Just came by to pray, you know. Yeah, you got me, I'm
で
not.
しょうね。誰が好き好んでこんな真夏日にお参りなんかするのよ。夏祭りもまだ先だっていうのに。
She sprinkles around water, the splashing sounds resounding. Shrine maiden sprinkling water. Nice, perfect summer image. I didn't know you were a shrine maiden, though.
家がたまたま神社だっただけよ。おかげでこんな面倒な仕事まで手伝わされてるわよ。
You're on par with Asu in that
メイ
regard.
ドなんかと一緒にしないで。
Well, there's no good and bad when it comes to occupations, right?
うるさい。
Hey, you almost threw that water on my feet!
近くに立ってるからよ。というか、さっきも聞いたけど、なんでここにいるのよ。
I helped someone push a scooter, and next thing I knew, I was here.
スクーターってお母さんの？
Why is your mom so fucking hot? God dang it! Oh, so that really is your mother? I can see the resemblance. She really takes after her mom when it comes to that strong-willed nature. That means she's Kosume's mom as well, but maybe Kosume takes more after her father personality-wise.
あのスクーター古くてね。いつか壊れるとは思ってたんだけど。
It didn't get a flat tire, so I suppose it must have been the engine.
お母さんは？
In the garage, apparently she wants to thank me for my help in some way, so I'm just waiting for her to come back.
お礼なら私の代わりに打ち水やってよ。
Well, if you just want some help, then I don't mind.
本当に
Yeah, so what places exactly need to be sprinkled?
境内全域にまんべんなく。
Well, I guess I'd better get going
冗
now.
談よ。石畳の周辺だけでいいからよろしく。
Wait, where are you going? What do you think you're doing? Just leaving the ladle with me and running off?
手伝ってくれるんでしょ
Help! That doesn't mean you get to shove it all on me.
押し付けてなんかないわよ。水が足りなくなってきたから予備の桶に汲んでくるだけ。
Despite her attitude, Hisaki's a diligent person at the end of the day. Carrying a heavy bucket would be more difficult for you, so I'll do
じゃあ
that.
お言葉に甘えて。
Where do I get the water?
鳥居の近くに清めの水があるから。
I have a bad feeling about this. Don't think you use that water for sprinkling.
その近くの蛇口から水道水も出るから。
Alright. Hisaki hands me an empty bucket and resumes
小ヶ
sprinkling
坂く
water.
ん、皆星さんのところでバイトしてるのよね。
Right, what of it?
うちでもバイトしてよ。私が手伝いの当番の時だけでいいから。
I get the feeling you'd work me a hell of a lot harder than us all, so yeah, I think I'll have
打
to
ち
pass.
水と掃除を押し付けるだけよ。
I take the summer festival sale at the shrine.
そうだけど、
Working at a stall seems like it'd be pretty
そ
fun.
れはこっちじゃなくて町内会の管轄だから。
So then what's your job at the summer festival?
うん、
Hisaki doesn't answer me. Instead, she hurls water at my way. What the heck was that for?
いいからさっさと水汲んできてよ。
You don't want to ask me a question right when I was about to go. I'll go get the water
当たり
then.
前。
Bucket in hand, I then get
あ
going.
ー、早く家に入って涼みたい。
She turns out to be quite the complaining shrine maiden. After water sprinkling, I drop by Hisaki's home, which is located near the shrine building.
悪かったわね。小桃の手伝いまでさせちゃって。
Her name is Mayaka, huh? Why does it have to be her mom? This is... This is just like what happened with Tsubama's mom. God fucking damn it. Why does this keep happening? Apparently their mother's name is Mayaka, and she hadn't told me her name on the way
暑か
here.
ったでしょ？今麦茶持ってくるから。
With Mayaka disappearing into the kitchen, Hisaki enters, taking her place.
まだ帰ってなかったのね。
Yeah, your mom invited me in for some cold
お
tea.
礼って言ってたものね。
Hisaki has changed to more casual outfits. I guess that means her work is done for the
部
day.
屋の冷房が効くまで私もここで涼んでるわ。
She sits down on the floor cushion right across me. But really, I never would have guessed you didn't actually live in Ibarigasaki.
そうよ。だから電車で通学してるんじゃない。と言っても、この辺りはひばりが崎の延長線上みたいなところだけどね。風景もあんまり変わらないし。
The neighboring town could well be called an urban city, but since the area where this shrine is located is in the outskirts, it's less bustling and more tranquil. This place isn't too far out, so why don't you just use a scooter like Mayaka?
ひばり校はバイク通学も自転車通学も禁止。夢見坂の勾配を考えれば妥当でしょうね。
Well, I guess it'd be pretty hellish trying to climb that hill with a bicycle. A shame though. I have a scooter license, so commuting to school by scooter does seem rather appealing to me, honestly.
校門前にバス停でもあればよかったんだけどね。
Yeah, I guess. But even if a bus was running there, I doubt anyone but students would ever use
観
it.
光地のはずの展望台は立ち入り禁止だしね。ただ涼しかったらまだしもこの暑さであの坂を歩くのはね。
I know how you feel. Just thinking ahead to attendance day makes me want to cry. Which reminds me, say about attendance day, could you maybe hold the student council meeting then?
何よ、やぶから棒に。
Would that be possible or not?
どっちって聞かれたら可能になるけど。っていうか、なんか嫌な予感がするんだけど。
I always know I can count on you. You catch on so quick I don't even have to say anything.
それはどうも。だから却下。
I just got on so quick it's actually becoming
どう
problematic.
せテンクルの関係なんでしょ。
Right.
念を押すけど、私はテンクルが嫌いだからね。
But I know you don't mix up personal feelings with your job. She heaves a heavy sigh.
テンクルはめでたくサークルから部に変わった。これ以上生徒会に何を求めるっていうのよ。
Permission to use the rooftop, please.
2学期になったら許可してあげるわよ。制限はつけるつもりだけど。
That'll be too long. We have one permission within summer
ふ
break.
ざけないで。
I'm 100% serious. Here.
夏休みは生徒会だって休みなのよ。
Which is why I'm asking you to deal with it on attendance day.
テンクルは部活会議を経てから正式に部として認められる。その部活会議は2学期に行われる。わかるでしょ？
Come on, just a permissional permit to use the rooftop is all I'm asking for.
そんな例外は認められない。
But the student council did get approval for non-students to take part in club and circle activities, right?
誰のおかげだと思ってるの？
Yeah, yours, which is why I'm asking for your help
ず
again.
うずうしいと思わないの？
I do, which is why I swear I'll return the favor.
じゃあ、境内の打ち水と掃除、よろしく。
Already did the water sprinkling, so I guess that just leaves sweeping.
夏休み中ずーっとよろしく。
Jesus, that's just unreasonable.
もしくは、生徒会に入りなさい。
Okay. Kaki's eyes widen in surprise.
ちょっと、今まで断ってたのは何だったのよ。
Admittedly, I'm honestly not cut out for that job. It's the only reason I've been turning it down. However, if I go along with this, I wouldn't mind putting my back into student council in return.
そこまでテンクルが大事なの？
Yeah,
2学期まで待てないの？
seriously can't.
どうして？
There's plenty of reasons, but, well, I don't really want to say them.
言いなさい。
Really Soji demands me to come out with it. Telling her my reasons would require explaining about Mare. My biggest reason would involve explaining about how the lookout, about even the lookout girl. It isn't difficult to imagine the kind of ridicule I'll get from her.
やましい理由だったら、なおさら許可するわけにはいかないわね。
I don't have any dubious intentions of
なら、
things.
話せるわよね。
Great, now I've got myself stuck.
姉さん、詮索は悪趣味ですよ。
フォロー役がいいタイミングで登場したわね。
Kosame comes over to us and sits down next to Izakaki.
小ヶ坂さん、こんにちは。
Ah, there, I'm here for a short visit.
姉さんも隅に置けませんね。
I've almost said short visit. That would have been a difficult situation in a way. Anyways, I feel like I had something to do tomorrow, but I forget what it was. Fuck. Anyways.
何をどう勘ぐったのか知らないけど、小ヶ坂くんを招待したのは私じゃないわよ。
お、みんな勢ぞろいしてるわね。
Maka hands out gold barley tea
って
to
いう
us.
か、小雨の分も配ったら私のがないじゃない。
その分は私が持ってきますね。
As Kosame disappears into the kitchen, Maka sits down where she'd been sitting.
あんたらの話し声聞こえてたけど、やけに懐かしい話してたわね。
懐かしい？
ああ、小桃には話してなかったか。
Maka takes a sip of barley tea before explaining.
私、ひばり校の OG なんだけどさ、その頃、天文部に入ってたのよね。
Izakaki almost drops the cup in her hands.
そうなの？
ええ。うちの神社は天津三日星を祀ってるわけだし、跡取りだった私が天体観測に興味持ってたとしても驚くことじゃないでしょ。
I suppose this August Star of Heaven must be the name of a local deity.
むしろ星嫌いのあんたの方が異端だと思うけどね。小ヶ坂くんだったわよね。今の天文部ってテンクルーなんて名前に変わったの？
Yes, it downgraded to a circle because there weren't enough members around anymore.
でもまた部として認められたんですよ。
Cosme has
小
returned.
ヶ坂さんが部員を勧誘してくれたおかげですね。
What are you saying? You also help with
二
that.
人ともテンクルに入ってるわけね。どう？部活は楽しい？
今までも楽しかったですけど、今後はもっと楽しくなりそうです。
Yeah, our real activities as a club will be starting from now on.
青春の謳歌って感じね。そんなふてくされた顔してないで、あんたも入ったらいいじゃないの。
冗談。見越してるだけでうんざりなのに。
Izagaki gets up and then gets ready to leave the living
姉
room.
さん、お部屋に戻るんですか？課題でもやってるわ。
そんなの昼間っからやらなくてもいいじゃないの。
私は計画的に進めてるだけ。
勉強なんか社会に出てから何の役にも立たないのに。
お母さんと一緒にしないで。
あんた一応この神社の跡取り候補なんだけど、
継ぐつもりないから。
付き合い悪いわね。
長女だからってそこまで付き合う義理はないから。
そっちじゃなくて客人の相手の方を。
小ヶ坂くんを連れてきたのはお母さんなんだから、私は関係ないでしょ。
小ヶ坂くん、小桃の赤裸々アルバム見る？
何よそれは。
ただの家族のアルバムよ。
なんでそんなの持ち出すのよ。
小桃の話題で盛り上がろうかなーと。
だから私は関係ないでしょ。小ヶ坂さん、これが姉さんの去年の夏祭りの時の写真で。やめんか。
She confiscates the album before I get the chance to see the photo.
じゃあ小桃の幼い頃の赤裸々秘話で我慢しとくか。
This... I'm starting to feel very sorry for Komomo. She has to live with these people.
小ヶ坂さんは何歳の頃の姉さんを聞きたいですか？何がどうあろうと私をここから出さないわけね。
Quite the lively family. After enjoying one cup of tea, I leave their house. Also is waiting for me, so I can't stay for too long.
小ヶ坂くん、シノって知ってる？
Maka, who's going to take me to the nearby station, suddenly asks me that. She know? Yeah, I know
や
her.
っぱり知ってるんだ。
Well, she's my aunt and all.
シノが結婚したって話は聞いてないしね。名字を聞いた時はまさかって思ったけど。
Now it is me who has a possibility flashed in my mind. Did Chino go to Hibari High too? Actually, when I searched through Hibari High's yearbook, it did spot a student with the same surname and
そう
forename.
よ。知らなかったんだ。
Well, Chino never really brought it up, and I never thought of asking her about it. However, with a little bit of thought, it does make sense. After all, Hibari High was where my mom had gone to school. Does that mean you were classmates with her?
うん。シノは私より2つ年下だから、学年が違うからクラスも違った。
But, Maka
天文
continues.
部では一緒だったけどね。
Since I started work at a later time, I consequently finish later as well. Also, his dad tells me I can call it a day when evening comes, but since I couldn't help during the lunch rush, I would have felt bad to not at least help during the evening rush. My pay will be transferred at the end of the month, so I'd feel uncomfortable if I didn't work at least that much.
お兄ちゃん、おかえりなさい。
As I enter the living room, I am greeted by Chinami's voice, as well as the two other people's.
こんばんはです。お邪魔してます。どうも。
Ah, did you two come over to play?
ちなみさんに鈴葉を拉致られました。そうじゃないよ、お姉ちゃん。ちなみさんが誘ってくれただけだよ。二人で遊んでたら葵ちゃんが迎えに来たんだよ。迎えじゃなくて助けに来た。なんでそんなこと言うの、お姉ちゃん。
Although I always joined the Astra Circle, it isn't like her attitude towards me has softened any. But now I've pretty much just accepted it as who she is, so I don't have any particular problem with the fact.
ようちゃん、おかえり。
Monchino comes out of the
お
kitchen.
夕飯の用意できたけど、いすずちゃんとすずはちゃんもよかったら食べていってね。
あ、いえ。しのさん、ちなみも運ぶの手伝います。
Chinami rockets away without giving away the time to turn the offer down. Dishes are brought out and lined up on the dining table by means of Chinami's hands.
誰も食べるとは。お姉ちゃん。
Suzuha pulls at Aoi's sleeve.
すずはは食べたいの？
Suzuha nods gingerly. Is that okay with your parents?
うちの両親はどちらも仕事で帰りが遅いですから、お姉ちゃんがいつも夕食作ってくれてるんです。
Which means that it all hinges on Aoi.
すずはが食べたいなら付き合います。
Looks like Aoi has a soft spot for her little sister. I imagine housework and stuff has got to be tough with both of your parents always there.
親に関しては諦めてますから、バカップルですし。バカップル？お父さんとお母さん、とても仲がいいんです。仕事も同じで、家でも外でもいつも一緒にいる感じで。だから悪く言うと子供には放任主義で、よく言うと自由にさせてくれるんです。だったら毎晩うちでご飯食べていけるね。それはさすがに。
私は大歓迎よ。
ちなみも大歓迎だよ。待ってください。
It is awfully sudden, so I can understand Aoi feeling nonplussed. Suzuha then pulls on Aoi's sleeve again.
食べたいの？
She gives a deep
みんな
nod.
優しくて楽しいから。すずは。でも迷惑だったら我慢する。
迷惑なんかじゃないわ。すずはちゃんが言った通り、大人数で食べた方が楽しいものね。
じゃあ決まりだね。
Give tacit consent here, since we're not going for her route, apparently. If I remember correctly. You know what, let's fucking look it up just to be safe. I do not trust my own memory. Who the fuck tagged me? Ah, that's why. Okay, let's get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Someone fucking send it. What the fuck? The M's! What the fuck is that about anyways? Duo Nakanojo no Taoshikata. Okay, I asked someone for sauce on something. So I do. It does not exist on this one. Fuck. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Hoshizora Memoria Route Guide. Full novel. Give tacit approval. I can't possibly do that. Go ahead and tell her. And then we should be on her route. So, give tacit consent. Technically, I'm also in favor of it, but doesn't make me a small-minded person. I'm worried about the food expenses.
しのさん。
何？
両親に言って食費は払うようにしますから、すずはだけでもお邪魔させてもらって構いませんか？
食費なんていらないわ。
でしたら遠慮させてもらいます。
Onshino sighs quietly.
いすずちゃん、誰かさんに似てるわね。
Please don't look at me, Onshino.
お金に関してはご両親に私から話しておく。 その代わり鈴葉ちゃんだけじゃなくていすずちゃんも一緒だからね。それはお姉ちゃんも一緒がいい。
Susa is gazing at her with puppy dog
一
eyes.
緒じゃなかったら私も我慢する。わかった。
Aoi gives in too. With this, it looks like we're all
ご
set.
迷惑をおかけしますが今後もよろしくお願いします。
これで葵ちゃんと鈴葉ちゃんは親友からさらにランクアップでちなみの家族も同然だね。
死ねばいいのに。お姉ちゃん、そんなこと言っちゃダメだよ。
いいんだよ鈴葉ちゃん。ちなみの耳にはしっかりくっきり葵ちゃんの心の声が聞こえてたからね。
ありえない。
葵ちゃんはちなみも鈴葉ちゃんも大好きだからね。
ありえないって言った。鈴葉は大好き。
ちなみのことも大好きなんだよ。
死ねばいいのに。そんなこと言っちゃ
The conversation is repeating itself.
ダメだよ。賑やかな食卓になって嬉しいわ。
There's also some unease about aspects of this, but I'm on the same page as Onchino.
お兄ちゃん、約束忘れてないよね。
As we are unwinding in the living room after dinner, Chinami brings that up. You want to go to the lookout, right?
葵ちゃんと鈴葉ちゃんも誘いたいな。
Well, you heard her. What do you say?
それって夢見坂の頂上にある展望台ですか？
Yeah, it's off limits. I won't force you to come along if you don't want it.
何しに行くんですか？
夜になるとそこに死神さんが出るんだよ。これからお話ししてこようかなって。
死神？都市伝説のあれ？
Well, Chinami apparently wants to confirm exactly
お
that.
姉ちゃん、都市伝説って？ひばり校に恋人の仲を裂くっていう死神の噂が広まってるの。あら、その噂まだ残ってるのね。
Onchino has brought us tea.
しのさんも知ってるんですか？
懐かしいわね。
You went to Buddy High, right?
そうよ。話したかしら。
Some things happened, and I happened to learn that from a person called Mayaka that I ran into in front of the station. Onchino says, I see! And sits down
まやか
nearby.
さん、元気だった？
Well, enough that she can push a scooter all the way home from the station.
ねえねえお兄ちゃん、まやかさんって誰？
Kosame's mother. Since I don't believe Chinami has properly met Hisakaki yet, I decided to just go with
そ
Kosame.
れと私の先輩でもあるのよ。
Yeah, she said you two were in the astronomy club together. A fun smile appears on her face as she reminisces.
天文部ってお姉ちゃんが入ったテンクルのこと？話から察するにその前身だと思う。ようちゃんとちなみちゃんが話していたのを聞いたんだけど、いすずちゃんもテンクルに入ったんだって？とても遺憾ですが、そうです。これからも二人と仲良くしてね。
Aoi mulls over how to answer. After a bit, she ultimately doesn't say anything at all. Onchino, what's the Grim Reaper urban legend you know about? I utilized the opportunity at hand to get some
恋
information.
人の仲を邪魔するんじゃなかったかしら。
Anything more specific?
どうかしら。私よりもまやかさんの方が知っているかもね。
She would?
まやかさんは神社の神主だし、オカルトには詳しいと思うから。
Yes, I might try asking Mayaka about it too at some point.
お兄ちゃん、そろそろ準備していかない？
Alright, we should get going before it gets too late.
展望台に行くのはテンクルの活動というわけじゃないみたいね。
Yeah, would you rather we not go?
私たちが活動していた頃は展望台には入れたんだけど、よくそこで天体観測していたから。だけど今は立ち入りが禁止されているからね。
たとえしのさんが反対しても、ちなみの宇宙人捕獲熱が冷めることはないんだよ。
Onchino places a hand on her cheek with a troubled expression.
ちなみさんが行くなら私も行ってみたいです。鈴葉？
もちろん、鈴 葉ちゃんも一緒だよ。
させるわけない。
もちろん葵ちゃんも一緒だよ。
鈴葉、もう遅い時間だし、そろそろ帰らないと。でも
夏休みだし平気だよ。展望台ってすっごく星が綺麗で圧巻だから、鈴葉ちゃんもきっと気に入るよ。
はい、楽しみです。鈴葉、この女の還元に耳を貸しちゃダメ。
And poor Chinami gets thrown to the
葵
curb.
ちゃんもきっと気に入るよ。
あなたは黙ってて。
二人とも展望台が大好きになるよ。
はい、楽しみです。鈴葉、お姉ちゃんの言うことが聞けないの？
大丈夫だよ、鈴葉ちゃん。ちなみの耳にはしっかりくっきり葵ちゃんの心の大賛成が聞こえてたからね。
適当言わないで。はい、ちなみさん。ちょっと待って。
じゃあ満場一致で決まりだね。これからみんなで
I'm just gonna just
展望
stop
台に
Chinami at this point.
こいつだけはやるしかない。
Calm down, everyone. Also on Chino, I'll take responsibility and watch over them, so could you please allow us to go?
展望台、入ったことあるの？
Yeah, I promise it isn't dangerous there or anything. I mean, well, they bar entry. It's not hard to get in
で
anyway.
もあそこはね、昔人身事故があったのよ。
I also heard that from Kosuma a while
ど
back.
んな事故だったかは私も詳しく知らないけど、フェイスが立ったのはそれがきっかけなのよ。
I definitely won't let an accident happen.
私は仕事があるからついていけないけど、何かあったらすべて私の責任にする。それが条件。
That is a very heavy
約束で
condition.
きる？
I can. On Chino's sides, we're on leave.
星が綺麗な場所というのは同意だから。
Ah, so then.
実はね、あそこを立ち入り禁止にしていることに抗議が集まっているって話もあるの。せっかくの観光地だしね。だから禁止が解かれて整備が整うのを待ってほしかったんだけどね。
On Chino then
きっ
stands
と
up.
姉さんなら反対する。だけど私は天文部員だったから、子供たちにももっとひばりが崎の星空を眺めてほしいからね。
Leaving us with a smile, on Chino returns to her office.
メアちゃんに会いたいだけなのに、なんか大事っぽくなったね。
That's only natural.
あそこ立ち入り禁止になってるのが不思議なくらいなのに。
Well, I suppose there's a difference in perception, or rather a difference in how kids and adults look at the matter. No matter how safe it is, there's a part of me that feels hesitation about bringing Suzuha along.
私、迷惑はかけません。お姉ちゃんのそばから離れません。
You promise?
はい。だから連れて行ってください。
She bows slightly before me. Alright then, on to our little nighttime excursion then.
ありがとうございます。なんでこんなことに。
Aoi, of course, is sadly unhappy. The four of us exit the house. I considered inviting Aso to come along as well, but I chose not to, since, well, we weren't really going there to stargaze.
私、望遠鏡取ってきます。
葵ちゃん、天体観測するの？
わからないけど、一応。
ちなみにも使わせてくれると嬉しいな。
絶対ありえない。
Aoi wanders over to her house. There aren't any lights to be seen in the windows. I suppose their parents haven't returned yet.
お姉ちゃん、望遠鏡は私にも触らせてくれないんです。とても大切なものみたいで。
Did you buy it?
わかりません。教えてくれないんです。お待たせしました。
葵ちゃん、その望遠鏡って葵ちゃんが買ったものなの？
あなたには関係ない。
なんでちなみたちも家族なのに。
黙れゲロ。お姉ちゃん、そんなこと言っちゃダメだよ。
Aoi proceeds to stroke Suzuha's head as if to placate her. Would you mind if I asked you about the rooftop key?
よくないです。
Why do you have it?
良くないって言いました。
Want me to carry the telescope for
結
you?
構です。
You know, also said she'd buy your carrying case for your telescope.
お気遣いなく。
She'd buy it with our club funds, so no reason to feel shy. Though I guess it wouldn't be until after the second term. As sad it's that we will receive those
それ
funds.
でもお気遣いなく。
Well, you're already an Astro Circle member, right?
それとこれとは話が別です。
I think it does, actually.
それより行くなら行きましょう。あまり遅くなって両親が帰ってきた時に私たちがいないと捜索願いでも出されそうです。お父さんとお母さん心配性だから。その割に自分勝手なところが納得いかないんですけど。
I guess that is why Aoi is so used to taking care of and looking after Suzuha. Suzuha, the climb isn't wearing you out?
はい、平気です。
転ぶといけないし、ちなみと手つなごう。
やめて触らないで、鈴葉が怖がってる。怖がってないよ、お姉ちゃん。
葵ちゃんもちなみと手
ありえない。
じゃあ葵ちゃんはお兄ちゃんに譲ってあげるね。ちなみは鈴葉ちゃんとつなぐから。
Mine always eyes and meat.
つないできたら大声あげますから。
I'm not gonna try anything, I promise. But man, having her act that way is rather shocking all the same. I'd like to at least carry the telescope for you, though.
別に重くないですから。
You know, we'll have to enter the woods on the way to the lookout. I'll help you when we get there.
うざい。
I don't think I'll ever get used to the sharpness of Aoi's tongue.
ここから迂回するんですか？
ちなみが案内してあげるね。怖くないよ、大丈夫だよ。そんなに暗くないから。
Trees aren't so big that the treetops can conceal the sky, so on unclouded nights, visibility is still relatively decent.
ちなみの手離さないでね。
Chinami holds Suzuha by her hand, the two walking on together. Aoi watches them with a worried look. You sure you don't want my help?
さっきからそう言ってます。
It's hard to see in front of you while holding that thing, right? I know that because I carried one before
し
myself.
つこいです。
Turning a deaf ear to me, she falls after Chinami and Suzuha. Right away, she trips over a root and loses her balance. I support her from behind right before she falls over. See, that's what I meant. She pushes me away, although it is more like she shoved me away with her telescope.
何するんですか？
All I did was keep you from falling, jeez.
触られました。
Well, obviously, how do I not?
痴漢はやめてください。
I was trying to help
こ
you!
こにテンクルの退部届があります。
Sorry, that was thoughtless of me. Why is it like she has dirt on me or something?
次またやったら退部しますから。
I move past Aoi. It looks like she doesn't know how to contain a wave of pent-up anger. I push aside protruding branches and create an easy path for her to walk along. Aoi follows me with a morose expression.
はあ、星がとても近くに見えます。
ビバリヶ崎の星空って綺麗だよね。都会と全然違うもん。
Jiname and Suzuha, who arrived before us, are already standing there, captivated by the starlit sky.
はあ、屋上よりもずっと明るい。
When it comes to the stars, there isn't any room for complaint on the school's rooftop either. However, with the lookout, its scenery adds the light to the town and the waterway you can see from atop it, making the sights simply spectacular. Still holding the telescope in her arms, Aoi continues to revel in awe of the sight while comparing the lights of the ground with the lights of the sky. In the meantime, I decide to go search for Mare. Can't find her anywhere after a quick look around, but there is always the possibility that she's hiding herself somewhere again. Honestly, I don't see any reason for her to hide her anymore, really. Well, for starters, let's go around the lookout. I start to roam the area. In contrast to the daylight hours, the cicadas have stopped chirping, making it dead silent. Found you.
見つかった。
What are you doing up there in the tree? It's pure luck that I'm able to find her. A leaf fluttered down, making me look up in wonder, whereupon I found Mir sitting on a branch on a tree, off a tree. Maybe Mir purposefully dropped the leaf? Are you hiding from us?
別に。
My friends are over there, so come with me and we can go say hi. Why?
なんでも。
You did stargaze together with us before, though, right? Who the fuck texted me? Something about a vast. Apparently someone is watching the part 2 of this right now, and an Avast window just suddenly fucking popped up, causing me to rage. Which I actually don't remember right now. Which is probably not too good. They did stargaze together with us before, though, right? Shouldn't you be past the stage of being shy
あ
around
れは
them?
気の迷いだった。
Are you back to square one now?
そんなどんより落ち込まなくても。
Whose fault do you think that is?
今日は望遠鏡あるの。
Yeah, we brought along hers.
Oh.
She gets huffy for some reason. What's wrong?
私の知らない子。
Well, yeah, it's her first time coming here.
他にもいた。
I guess she's talking about Suzuha. So you really have been watching us, huh?
お、帰る。
Why?
バカバカだから。
Please explain in a language I can understand.
とにかく帰る。
Possibility then occurs to me. Hey, Mare.
何？
Are you shy around strangers by any chance?
うん
Don't just stand there silently watching with your scythe up.
あなたがバカバカなのが悪い。
Translated from your language to mine, that means?
死神は人見知りなんてしないわ。
Then let's go over to the others.
うん
Grim Reapers don't go back on what they've said, right?
うん
I want to go look at the stars with you. Technically, that isn't the purpose of coming here, but I might lend Mare her telescope if I ask her to. Mare nods with an apparently sullen look. The moment we return to where the others were, Chinami rushes over at supersonic speeds.
チーズ
She raises her cell phone up, which I then kick straight out of her hands.
何するの
No, what are you doing? Pick up the cell phone that's fallen to the ground. Mare has a confused look all over her face from where she's hiding behind my back, evidently struggling to comprehend what just occurred. You just tried to take a picture of her, didn't you?
メアちゃんの記念撮影だよ。
Consider your cell phone my property now.
なんでメアちゃんの写真をみんなに自慢しようと思ったのに。
Say cheese.
突然のフラッシュは目に毒だよ、お兄ちゃん。
Good for you. Now you can go use this picture of yourself to brag to all your friends.
ちなみにきっと目つぶっちゃったから撮り直しを要求するよ、お兄ちゃん。
Well, I did so in the spur of the moment without thinking. Why did I stop Chinami from taking a picture of Mare? It really makes me wonder. Well, for one, it's fucking rude. It might make me learn something about Mare, so that'd actually work in my favor. And it would also serve as proof that Mare isn't a hallucination. However, should she not be on the picture, but instead give grounds to the theory that she is in fact a product of my mind. Mere thought of facing the truth struck me with fear. That is just how large that feeling inside of me has grown. A feeling of wishing for her to be
ね
real. Mare grabs
そ
my
れ
back.
何
Cell phone, you know what those are?
バカにしないで。見たのは初めてだけど。
メアちゃん、こんばんは。
Mare swiftly hides behind my back.
ねえねえメアちゃん、写真撮ってもいいかな。
Mare pokes her head out from behind me and peeks at Chinami.
お兄ちゃん、ちなみとメアちゃんが並んでるとこ撮ってほしい
I told you no
な。
already.
メアちゃんはいいかもしれないでしょ。
Of course she isn't.
別に嫌じゃない。
What in the ever-living hell?
何故とか言われても。
But that's like entirely unlike
どう
you.
いう意味よ。
What happened to the huffy defiant little girl I know and love?
誰が天の弱っ子よ。
Wait, is this all because I said you wouldn't be? Would you have turned Chinami down defiance casually if I'd instead said you'd be all for it?
何言ってるのかさっぱりだわ。
Listen up, Chinami. You're going to repeat that exchange from just now and with everything in reverse.
お兄
But
ちゃ
with
ん、
everything in reverse.
ちなみとメアちゃんが並んでるとこ撮ってほしくない
I told you we'll do it already.
な。メアちゃんはダメかもしれないでしょ。
Of course she's not.
別に嫌じゃない。
The heck? What you ought to say at this point is I don't really not have anything against it.
何怒ってるのかさっぱりだわ。その子は
Aoi approaches us. Suzuha is hiding behind her sister's back, gingerly peeking out at Mare. Likewise, Mare is hiding herself behind my back and peeking out at Suzuha. It is quite the funny composition we
奇
have.
抜な服装。
Her name is Mare and she's a self-proclaimed Grim Reaper.
だから死神って言い出したのは一応あなたが先なんだけど、その衣装とカマは
Grim Reaper outfit and Grim Reaper side.
私は悪夢を狩る死神だから。ダサ。この子刺していい？お姉ちゃん、そんなこと言っちゃ失礼だよ。
Aoi is stroking Suzuha's head. Following her example, I also try to stroke Mare's head, but she plays her scythe against my neck, so I refrain from doing so.
こんばんはです。
Suzuha and Mare attempt to communicate.
こんばんは。
Communication has been established! Both of them are still hiding themselves behind our backs, though.
私、鈴葉って言います。そう。ようさんのお友達ですか？違う。
Come on, Mare, you're supposed to say yes there.
死神は友達なんて作らないわ。自分で自分を死神？ダサ？この子、刺していい？メアさん、年はいくつ？子供扱いしないで。鈴葉と同じくらいかな。そんな小学生と一緒にしないで。言っておくけど、あなたよりずっと年上よ。この年頃で背伸びはよくあること。私、この子嫌い。
ちなみは大好きなんだよね。
あなたはうるさいから嫌い。
The easy path to friendship that I've constructed for her is about to be barred.
私はメアさんとお友達になりたいです。
Suzuha finally gathers her courage and steps out from behind Aoi's back and declares her intent as loudly as clearly as possible as she can.
昔から体が弱くて、学校をよく休んでて、そしたら人付き合いが苦手になって。だけど、私もちなみさんみたいになれたらって、ちなみさんみたいに明るく元気になれたらって。だから、鈴葉
Aoi strokes Suzuha's hair to calm her down. Suzuha is a fairly shy girl, so I suppose it must have taken a lot of her for her to say those words.
泣き虫ね。
Come on, you can't say things like that.
別に悪い意味で言ったんじゃないわ。
In what sense does she mean it then?
鈴葉ちゃんは自信持っていいんだよ。ちなみを手本にしてればすぐちなみみたいになれるからね。
Kids are pure and naive, so try not to overdo it with the brainwashing, okay?
いかにも真実っぽく言うから葵ちゃんにものすごい勢いで睨まれてるよお兄ちゃん。
メアさん、
While cuddling close to Suzuha, Aoi faces away.
私のことは嫌いでいい。だけど鈴葉とは友達になってくれると助かる。お願いします。
With Aoi bowing her head to her, Mare loses her step.
まあ別にいいけど。ありがとうございます。お礼はいいから泣き止みなさい。はい。
Suzuha rubs the corners of her eyes.
子供は苦手なんだけどね。
She mutters in a low voice only I can hear. From my perspective, you seem like even more of a kid than her.
眼科に行った方がいいんじゃないの？
I'd be happy if you could also get along with Aoi and Shinami.
そんなの知らない。
That's exactly what makes her appear more like a child than Suzuha.
じゃあお友達記念ってことでちなみがメアちゃんと鈴葉ちゃんのツーショット撮ってあげるね。
ありがとうございます。
Considering Suzuha's feelings, I can't oppose that idea. Fine with that, Mayor?
いいんじゃないの？
After that curt reply, she reluctantly steps out from behind my back. After returning Chinami's cell phone, I line up Mayor and Suzuha next to each other.
よろしくお願いします。別にそんな硬くならなくても。
The way they look, these two bashful girls could easily be upperclassmen and underclassmen in the same school. They're as close, in addition to the scythe, are obviously out of place now.
どうかしましたか？
Aoi gives me a sidelong glance.
心配そうな顔をしてますけど。
I actually am. Uneasiness over whether Mayor will show up in the picture or not is actually making my heart race.
メアって子、ヨウ先輩の親戚か何かですか？
Oh, you just called me by my name.
さっき鈴葉も呼んでいたので、それよりどうなんですか？
She's no relative, just a simple friend.
さっき本人が否定してたと思いますけど。
She's just shy and doesn't want to admit it, probably. Aoi observes Mayor with an expressionless look.
珍しいですね。
I get up.
いえ、先輩とメアさんが友達だとしたら、年の差が結構あるのに。
Yeah, I suppose. She won't... What? She said she would tell me I don't know her actual age, so there's no way for me to tell how far apart our ages actually are.
メアさんは何年生ですか？死神は何年生でもないわ。学年がない学校なんですか？死神は学校なんて通わないわ。通信教育ですか？死神は通信教育なんて受けないわ。すごいです。そう？はい。義務教育を免除されるくらい優秀ってことですから。
Ah, there's a smile!
私は死神だからね。
On top of that, she's actually bragging a little bit.
あれ、何のキャラクターになりきってるんでしょう。
She sees Mayor as a cosplayer.
それじゃあ撮るよ。笑って笑って。はいチーズ。ちなみさん、メアさん、ありがとうございました。どういたしましてだよ。
Mayor looks confused and seems to have mixed feelings about it. She then trots back over to me and hides herself behind my back once again.
眩しかった。
Well, it's night, so you have to use the flash.
なんだか疲れた。
You did well, I tell her.
鈴葉ちゃん、携帯に写メ送るね。
はい。
Send it to me too,
了
Chinami.
解だよ。
I open the picture she sends by holding my breath. Mayor shows up in it. She's standing with a sullen look on her face next to a bashful, smiling Suzuha. This should clear up any doubts now, right? You know, but make sure to delete it now. This could be incriminating evidence if you ever get into trouble, you know. Like, even if it's completely unrelated, like, he just fucking has pictures like that on his phone, that's fucking shame on him. I'm currently a fungus growing out of Azumi's head. Mayor is neither a dream nor an illusion. She exists. He's right here. This girl next to me is definitely right with me, without a shadow of a doubt.
ちょっと頭を撫でる意味がわからないんだけど。
Wanted to acquire that sensation, my hand is moving on impulse. Maybe included in that are feelings of appreciation that she let a picture of herself be taken for Suzuha's sake. And I also appreciate the fact that she was making no attempt to brush off my
10
hand.
回撫でたら1回串刺しプレゼント。
Seriously? She's basically made a loyalty program of it?
葵ちゃんにも画像送るね。あと、メアちゃんは。
Yeah, you obviously don't have a cell
悪
phone.
かったね。遅れてる。 この子だけはヨウくんの次に刺す。
I see I'm still topping her hit list all the same.
メアちゃんには後でプリントした写真あげるね。
I can take care of that.
お願いね。ねえねえ、メアちゃんって死神なんだよね。
Genevieve asks Mare, who's still hiding behind my back and meekly peeking her head out.
そうだけど。
ヒバリ校の都市伝説の死神なんだよね。
あ、何？
At Hibari High, there is this rumor going around about a Grim Reaper that tears lovers apart.
そうなんだよ。ちなみは奥研メンバーの一人としてその謎に取り組んでる最中なんだよ。
You think that mysterious Grim Reaper might happen to be you? A frown forms on her
恋
face.
人の仲を引き裂くなんてのは知らない。私は悪夢を狩る死神だから。
Has no indication that she's hiding the truth or anything of the sort. She genuinely appears to have no idea about it.
悪夢を狩るって何なんですか？
お兄ちゃんも前に言ってたよね。
At that point, Shinami goes on and plays her hand over her mouth.
そういえばメアちゃんってお兄ちゃんの初恋の人にそっくりって。
Bam!
お兄ちゃんに蹴っ飛ばされた。
Keep your mouth shut, nobody needs to know.
年の差を無視したこの関係はそういうわけですか？
Just fucking great. Now she's got an odd suspicion, and an unjust one at that.
初恋の人？
Oh no, no, it's nothing. I used my gentleman
うさん
technique.
くさい顔。
I should seal away that technique eventually.
私の質問。悪夢は悪夢。人の記憶や思い出に起因する夢よ。
Albeit belatedly, Mare explains.
もしかしてそれでメアなんて名乗ってるの？
Everyone present, including myself, looks at her in puzzlement.
珍しい名前だと思ってたけどニックネームの類だったんだ。
そうなの？
Mare keeps up her sullen look, not answering. What makes you think that,
メ
Aoi?
アはナイトメアから取ってる悪夢の英訳です。
それちなみも知ってる。夢を食べる馬だよね。
夢を食べるのはバク。ナイトメアは悪夢を象徴するって言われてる黒い馬ムマのこと。
葵ちゃんオカルトに詳しいね。
星占いの過程で知っただけ。
来年になったらおかげに入
ありえない。
Mare's tightly gripping my back. Mare,
何よ。
is that name your real
死
name?
神に名前なんてないわ。
I already know Mare's full name, because she signed her name on the admission form. What she wrote was Mare S. Ephemeral.
メアちゃん本当の名前教えたくないの？
死神に名前なんてない。ただそれだと不便だから他人にはメアと呼ばせている。何か問題あるかしら。この年頃で変身願望はよくあること。後ろからざっくり言っていい？
No, of course not. Take out the admission form that's in my pocket. What's this name that you put here?
あなたがあんまりしつこいから書いただけ。
Is this name fake as well?
それよりも
Mare's expression grows
それ
grim.
なんでまだ持ってるの？
What do you mean?
テンクルに出したんじゃないの？早い方が良かったんじゃなかったの？
Gotta think of it, I still haven't explained the situation to her.
私部員になったのよね。
Not just yet.
なんですって。
Wait, your scythe blade is brushing against the tip of my
あ
nose.
なたが入ってほしいって言ったから書いたのに。
There is a very good reason for it, I
一
promise.
生懸命名前考えたのに。
Don't you think that's quite the misplaced effort?
入部届持って待ってたのに来ないし。
I told you that my mind was elsewhere the past
うる
weekend.
さい変態。
She hit me with the scythe's hilt.
いくら初恋の人に似てるからってこんな小さな子にまで手を出して。
What of our conversation just now gave you that idea?
きっと目がエロかったんだよお兄ちゃん。
Say cheese.
ちなみの目はつぶらだからフラッシュ
I get the feeling the world is against me here.
疲れた。もう帰る。
Hold on a second, let me explain. At this rate, things will end with my good name still being tarnished. You see, admissions aren't recognized during summer break. That's because the student council that's in charge of managing clubs and circles is on break. When I received the admission form from her last night, I immediately gave Kosame a call and had her talk it over with Hidekaki, but unfortunately she only met flat
今、
refusal.
夏休みなんだ。
Yeah, it started
今日
today.
って火曜日よね。
Yep.
あなたが土日に取りに来れば間に合ったのよね。
Yes, exactly.
やっぱり帰る。
I'll make it so that you can join real soon, I promise, so cheer up again. As for the permission to use the rooftop, things were ultimately left on a vague note, so I need to properly talk it through with Izakaki once more. On that occasion, I'll also ask her to do something about Mayor's admission. Otherwise, I won't be able to take Mayor along even if we do get permission to use the rooftop. At any rate, the number of favors I owe Izakaki is only increasing.
私、入部できるの？
Yep, absolutely, I'll make sure of it.
メアちゃんもテンクルに入るんだ。
別に小学生が入れるとは思わないけど。小学生じゃない。それにあなたはヨウくんに対しては敬語なのに、なんで私に対してはタメ口なの？これでも年上への礼儀をわきまえているから。だったら私にも礼儀をわきまえなさい。この年頃で背伸びはよくあること。ヨウくん、私もう我慢の限界かも。
Oh, right, Mayor. I always said she'd let you borrow her telescope. I cue everyone with a wink. Friends are trying to get along!
何やってるんでしょう。うざ。
ゴミでも入ったのかな。
Doesn't transmit to them at all.
お姉ちゃん、メアさんと一緒に望遠鏡使わせてもらっていい？
Thanks for the assist, Suzora! Akin to a goddess incarnate, Suzora asks her. As for the telescope, it is standing there fixed on a tripod. I suppose I always set it
お
up.
姉ちゃん、いいかな？
Always visibly troubled.
嫌なら無理する必要ないわ。誰もそうは言ってない。私にはその子供にどうやって断ろうか考えているようにしか見えなかった。お姉ちゃん、ごめんね、鈴葉。
She mutters, stroking her head. The fact that she'll even turn down a request from Suzura only serves to show just how important the telescope is to her. Sorry about that,
あ
man.
なたが謝ることないわ。謝るとしたらあの失礼な子の方。謝る。鈴葉の友達になってくれたのにごめん。
I guess Mira didn't expect to actually get an apology, as she lets out a small groan and steps back.
本当にみんなバカバカね。
ちなみはバカじゃないよね。
あなたはバカうるさいからバカ。
メアちゃんって面白い。
In response to seemingly not losing heart at all, Mira steps back again.
ヨウくん。
Leaving?
うん。
Oh no, sorry about
別
everything.
にいいったら。
また会えますか？
会おうと思えば会えるんじゃないの？
There's a curt reply, but Suzu appears satisfied. Let's gaze at the stars next time.
期待しないで待ってる。
After saying that, Mira turns around, and if she timed it specifically, the stars in the night sky twinkle, signaling her disappearance. I'm used to seeing it, and it should be a second time for Chinami.
あれ？
However, Aoi and Suzuha have just witnessed that for the first time.
消えたような。
Aoi rubs her eyes and stares at the spot where Mira was standing only mere seconds ago. Now, however, there's nothing but starlight to be seen.
メアさん、足早いんですね。
Suzuha tries to explain it rationally, but Aoi is still wearing an expression of utter disbelief.
ねえねえ、結局メアちゃんって都市伝説の死神じゃないの？
Well, she said it isn't.
じゃあ新種の死神かな？それとも宇宙人かな？
What are your thoughts, Zoe?
マスコミに売れば金になるかも。
That is not the kind of reply I asked for.
一体彼女は何者ですか？
I don't know either, and I don't suppose anyone really does.
ちなみ的には宇宙人がベストだよ。メアさん、宇宙人なんですか？
Chinami here is actually an alien herself, too.
そうだったの？
Give me a break. Oh, wait, were you serious about what you just said?
マスコミに売る？
Yeah.
やめておきます。そんなことをしたら先輩に恨まれそうですから。
If she turns out to be an alien, will you capture her, Chinami?
親睦深めてお友達になって、果ては家族になった後にお願いして UFO に乗せてもらいたいな。
What about you, Susan?
メアさんはお友達ですから。
Suzuha is fondly gazing at the picture on her phone screen. Once again, I keenly have the thought. Grim Reaper, alien, whatever she is, none of it really matters to me. If Mare is neither a dream nor an illusion, if the girl I saw really is right there next to me, then I could continue staying friends with her.
補習2日目、無事終了だね。
I'm gonna end it here. I kinda don't wanna, but at the same time, it's kinda getting late, so... Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. See you next time. Bye-bye.